Stone Temple Pilots with Chester Bennington in the studios of the Kevin and Bean Show on KROQ right now. Hi, boys.
Hey.
Hello. Sounded like that was going to be a question.
Nope, just announcing that the guys are here. We're very excited to see them. First time since the Weenie Roast. I know Eric is with you. He's in the other room because he hates us. But Robert's here, Dean's here, Chester's here. How is everybody?
Great. Good.
Eric's out staring at the Lenny Kravitz poster.
That's what's happening? He's just stuck there?
He's out there staring at it.
All right.
Today is a big day. The debut EP from this incarnation of STP is available everywhere, called High Rise. We'll talk about that in a minute. But let's go back for a second, since the last time we saw you guys was on the night of the Weenie Roast. That was your coming out party. What do you remember about that night?
Hey, Eric.
Hey, how are you?
Good.
I'd like to make a grand entrance.
I'm pretty sure we were all there.
Yes.
And
You were all there.
And we performed secretly.
Right, yes. It was a big surprise when the stage turned with no introduction. All of a sudden, you were able to see faces in the audience of people going, but wait, but he, I don't, what?
It's funny because I typically don't wear sunglasses on stage, but I was so nervous, I didn't want to make eye contact with anybody.
Really? That's why? Because you were...
So I wore my sunglasses for the first two shows so I could just kind of pretend like it wasn't you? Like I was blind.
Thank God it was a familiar venue.
It's
That's
fun,
what made it comforting.
And it's funny to hear that Chester gets nervous because Chester could actually stare down Chuck Norris.
Is that right?
Yeah, he could.
It's true.
I remember Chester. Boy, what was it? In the super early days, you guys were playing some kind of a calendar signing or something, and I remember him backstage just throwing up more than any one person should throw up.
Yeah.
And that's happened a lot to you, hasn't it?
I have.
What is it? Is it nerves?
You know what? I think that day I was actually sick.
Okay. That'll do it. All right, my bad on that day.
I was actually sick. But yeah, I mean, sometimes for me, like, it's always playing in front of like a live TV audience, and you don't have any control. I might be slightly a little bit of a control freak.
A little OCD.
Yeah, and when I feel like I don't have any control over something, I kind of freak out. But I mean, then I have to remind myself I play music for a living.
Right, I do this.
I mean, even if it's horrible, it's like I'm in a band. I mean, I've got life figured out pretty good.
Right. I was curious because I was watching some of the press video that you guys made for the High Rise EP, and I was curious to hear, Chester, you talking about going to see STP as a teenager in Arizona just as a fan, and how much of an impact that made on you and your future life career.
Well, I had a lot of there was a lot of bands out there that I liked, but there were not that many bands that I thought came out in a live setting and just crushed it even more than their records.
Right.
And STP always did that.
Yeah, there are very few bands that are better than their records. On stage.
And it was inspiring. It was like, okay, like that's how it's supposed to sound when you play live. That's the attitude you're supposed to bring. So vocalists like Scott and Al Jurgensen and Perry Farrell and the Chili Peppers, like those were bands that I really looked up to in terms of the live performance because I thought they were always had a lot of energy and performed really, really well.
And let me ask you guys, what's your earliest memory of meeting Chester?
It must have been around 2000 at the Family Values tour, and we all played together on that tour and kind of got to know each other and saw what Linkin Park was about, and we had to kind of go on after them. And
how was that?
Well, that was a drag. That actually led to indecent behavior on some of our parts.
You remember the first time we met? Spill it.
Spill it.
We did see each other in an airport. I was wearing an STP number 4 T-shirt. We were touring, and Dean saw me at the baggage claim, and he walked up and gave me a hug and a kiss on the cheek and said, "Thank you."
That's
it. It was awesome.
And that's how it began.
Yeah.
The love affair was born.
Well,
So
you went to my Christmas
and
party.
I went to your Christmas party after the tour.
Yeah.
That was
I
great, too.
still have that Polaroid of when you came over. Yeah.
That was that was how long ago it was. We were still using Polaroids.
Yeah.
I know how many intangibles are involved in chemistry. Sometimes it's just there or it's not. But you guys in a room together, I mean, it's amazing how easily you have worked together considering you both have a lot of experience with other incarnations, how effortlessly you were able to write these songs and record these songs like one right after another. Tell me about that. Tell me about what that feeling was like when you realized, man, this is great on paper. It's even better in person.
It did. It did exactly as you expressed there, man. It went very easily, very quickly.
Were you a little nervous about how it would go, even though you get along?
No, not at all. I knew in my heart and in my bones that there was one person that really could do this entire thing justice, and that, of course, was Chester. And there was no one else that came to mind. There was no other names on the table. It was
Bieber, but I mean, really, Bieber and Chester.
Well,
and Stone Temple Bieber doesn't really have it.
Yeah. Yeah, man. It was. I don't know. There's something that happens when you when a group of musicians get together and you can all talk the talk, and it doesn't necessarily always happen, but when it does, man, it's you can feel it resonate through your body. Without sounding...
That's got to be super exciting.
It is super exciting.
Actually, that magic
it's kind of like, when you throw the bowling ball down the alley, and before it leaves your fingers, you're like, ooh, that's going to be a good one.
Yeah. And then it goes right in the gutter?
No, and it goes right down the middle.
It goes down the middle. Okay.
Busts them out. Yeah.
We are talking to Stone Temple Pilots with Chester Bennington here on the Kevin and Bean Show on KROQ. Today's a big day. The debut EP is out, called High Rise. Is this digital only, also available in stores? How many ways can we buy this?
We do have distribution partners all over the globe to put this in stores. So you can go to your typical places, Best Buy or wherever you buy it.
How'd you decide on making it an EP, just 5 songs, rather than working another day and a half and finish an album?
That's funny, man.
That's a loaded question.
Well, we actually did not have the extra day and a half. We being in Linkin Park too. My duties in LP I can't put those on the back burner, So when we were making this EP, we knew that we could focus really strongly on 5 songs.
You knew that from the beginning?
That would be a realistic goal. Yeah.
Okay.
We're going to keep writing as much music as we can, but we're going to really laser focus on these 5 songs and put them out, and then go on the road and tour. The last thing we wanted to do was announce this big move and then not have music to back it up shortly thereafter. We wanted to, with you guys at the Weenie Roast, it was like a perfect storm. Played live, dropped a single, and we announced everything that day. And we wanted people to have music. And typically for me, from my experiences, it's taken a lot longer than a few months to make a record.
Right.
So we make a joke about it, but it's like, now we're going to work on the next batch of songs. We'll probably get 5 songs done again and be the first band to ever release a double EP.
I like it. That's what you'll do for the rest of time, is just a 5-song EP.
Yeah. Well, I think that's the way the music industry is going anyways. People buy music in single serving sizes now.
That's true.
And it's almost an exercise in futility, for a band to think that they have to make a whole record that no one's going to pay attention to the entire thing anyways. And when you can really just focus on releasing music as it's done, focus on releasing the best songs you have, and then for your hardcore fans, they can go to your site and they can get whatever else you have to offer.
Right.
But I think that's really the way the industry is going to move forward.
Is that a
anyways.
difficult thing for all of you to accept, that has all changed? The whole listening to the whole album thing gone?
Well, then again, growing up in the 70s, there was a great listening experience there. It took, double albums and a lot of marijuana, but it was the double fold or the triple fold, and the triple fold was great. Like Rush Archives, that record was great because you could put your weed up there, sort the seeds down, and then roll on the third fold.
I like it. I like it.
So we're learning a little something here today.
Yeah. We're full of all sorts of good tips in this area.
All right. Well, listen, Stone Temple Pilot Chester Bennington here at the Kevin and Bean Show on KROQ. As we mentioned, High Rise available everywhere today. I know it's an ideal time for rock guys to be playing live, but we're going to give it a try, right? Usually you like to get in before 8 a.m., so we're running a little late.
We're going to give it a whirl. I was in the studio yesterday with the boys in Linkin Park, and we happened to be writing some pretty mellow music that I was screaming for my brains out until about 10 o'clock last night.
So when you woke up this morning, you went,
you have to forgive me today if I give a little like a 13-year-old boy.
People are used to crappy entertainment on this program. Don't worry about it. We're going to be fine.
We've got them trained.
We are going to be a 5-star turd tonight.
We have worked tirelessly throughout the years to lower the bar of expectation on the Kevin and Bean Show. Couldn't be more excited to see you guys. We love each and every one of you and have forever. Stone Temple Pilots with Chester Bennington are here. They are going to go to the next room. We'll take a very tiny short break on the Kevin and Bean Show. Come back and hear some live music right after this on KROQ.
We have some live music for you.
Stone Temple Pilots with Chester Bennington here on the world-famous KROQ. Debut EP is out. It is called High Rise. We're going to be hearing a couple of acoustic versions of songs from the band. What are you guys going to play first for us?
I think we're going to play some Blackheart for you.
Blackheart.
Love it.
All right. Are you guys ready?
Yes. Good morning.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Blackheart's coming, he's a cold machine. Cuts like a knife, gentle and clean. Face like an angel, mind of a killer. Nobody else gonna love her better. Lay down, now stay down. Took a life with the quick pull trigger. Yeah, 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 well I down mine, I down mine. Yeah, 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 sit I down mine. If you down mine, the color is all but faded. Out of the dead man's eyes, down to his black and dark. Blackheart's kicking like a beating drum, shooting her down, the sound of his gun. No compassion, heart is an assassin, falling deeper still in that reckless fashion. Lay down, now stay down, deeper and deeper with the blind man's passion. Yeah, 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 well I down mine, I down mine. Yeah, 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 sit I down mine. If you down mine, the color is all but faded. Out of a dead man's eyes, down to his black guitar. If you down mine, if you down mine, if you down mine. If you down mine, the color is all but faded. Out of a dead man's eyes, down to his black guitar. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And the crowd goes wild. That is called the Blackheart Acoustic from Stone Temple Pilots with Chester Bennington here on the Kevin and Bean Show on KROQ from High Rise available. By the way, you guys made reference to get this new music out there and then hit the road. You have some dates already planned again?
You know, we've got some dates planned through up through March. We're going to head out to Japan in here in about a week and a half. Then we've got some shows in December that we're playing.
Good times?
Yeah, it'd be a really good time. And then we're heading off to Australia
Wow.
in February, I believe.
Are you trying to kill yourself? Is that what's happening here?
I think I might be. Death by complete happiness and joy.
That's a great attitude, Chester. We got time for another one. If you want to sing something else from the new STP EP, what do you got for us?
Well, the EP is pretty rocking. It's kind of hard to transpose those songs into an acoustic performance, but we can play something that's a little older.
All right,
fine.
Do some Pretty Penny, maybe, guys, or
You need a guitar, right?
Yeah.
we just need to get the proper equipment in the guy's hands.
Oh.
plugging in a guitar was what that was.
Doink.
All right. Now they're juggling guitars in the other room, actually juggling them.
Let's hear your guitar, Robert. This is not quite in tune, Bruce.
Bruce, God damn it. What do we have to do to get a guitar in tune?
Can you say that?
We knew Bruce was trouble.
Oh,
look at
Bruce.
Bruce.
Yep.
Oh, that looks quite nice. Lovely, Robert, lovely.
Just tuning in to All Things Considered. We're listening to George Benson. Jazz icon.
Okay. Let's hear your guitar, Robert.
Don't make fun of me.
All right, should we try this?
All right.
All right.
So, Kretz, it's 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, right?
We all remember.
It's early, man.
And their first ever show together, ladies and gentlemen, Stone Temple Pilots with Chester Bennington.
Oh, boy.
You guys ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3.
Have you seen your mother, girl? Has she gone away? Gone away and found the pearl and the price she paid. Gone when you wake in the morning, gone when you find that there's no one sleeping, gone. Pretty Penny was her name. She was loved and we all will miss her. How far will you go, I say, just to bait a mouse? Shorter lived and longer gone. Can you figure out? Gone when you wake in the morning, gone when you find that there's no one sleeping, gone.
Stone Temple Pilots with Chester Bennington right there.
Very nice. Very nice, gentlemen.
Even a bigger
Outstanding.
crowd now.
It's amazing how many people you can fit in this room.
It really is.
What's receiving in the studio?
Those kids back in school.
The EP is called High Rise. It is available today. So great to see all you guys again, and so happy. And I got our fingers crossed. Nothing but success for you in the future. Thanks so much for coming in.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.